It's funny. Have you ever just stopped and looked at the things you use every single day? Like your coffee mug, or that pen on your desk, or even the towel you use after a shower. We just see them as, well, things. But sometimes these super common objects have the most incredible hidden stories. So let me ask you this. What if that towel wasn't just a piece of fabric? What if it actually carried stories of ancient nomads, of old rituals, and generations of incredible craftsmanship? Today, we're going to pull on that one little thread and unravel a story that is just amazing. And that thread, it leads us right here to the peshtimal. Now, you might have heard of it as a Turkish towel or maybe a futa, but its real story and its original name, well, that goes way, way deeper. Okay, so let's get into it. Before we jump in our time machine, let's just look at why this thing, the modern peshtimal, has gotten so popular. What is it that makes this piece of fabric so special today? So here's what's so cool about them. I mean, it's super soft and really absorbent. Everything you actually want a towel to be. But here's the twist. Unlike that big, fluffy towel you're used to, it's also incredibly lightweight and it dries in like no time at all. That combo makes it perfect for literally everything, from your bathroom to your beach bag. Oh, and the fact that it's eco-friendly, that's a huge win. And this just lays it all out, right? Think about packing for a trip. You can finally say goodbye to those heavy, bulky towels and robes that eat up half your suitcase space and then stay damp for your whole vacation. The peshtimal, though, it's the ultimate travel buddy. It's compact, it works great, and it's always ready to go. So what's the secret sauce here? Well, it's all in the material. It's woven from this premium Turkish cotton, which is famous for its extra long fibers. And what that means is it actually gets softer and more absorbent every time you wash it. Plus, that Okotex certification means it's totally free from any nasty stuff, which is good for you and good for the planet. All right, so we get why it's great now, but where did it all begin? To figure that out, we've got to go back, way back, centuries actually, long before factories, to these fertile lands called Anatolia to find this towel's true ancestor. And this is where the real story kicks off. Before it was ever called a peshtimal, people knew it as kaput. This was the original stuff, a totally handcrafted fabric that was a huge part of life in a time when, everything was made by hand. And the journey this fabric took, it's just wild. It didn't even start in Anatolia. It actually traveled for thousands of miles with the Yurok nomads who came all the way from Central Asia. They brought this weaving tradition with them, and when they finally settled in Anatolia, the kaput fabric found its home, eventually becoming the modern peshtimal we know today. And you gotta understand, this was so much more than just a piece of cloth. It was a part of the culture. People wore it. They would tie little strips of it to tree branches as a way to make wishes. Its patterns and designs became a huge part of Anatolian art and who they were. It was a fabric for life, for hope, for everything. So you might be wondering, how does a fabric this ancient actually survive into the 21st century? Well, the answer isn't about modernizing it. It's all about preserving it. And believe me, this tradition is still very much alive. And this quote right here, this is the key. It tells you everything you need to know. This is not some mass-produced thing from a giant factory. Nope. This is a living, breathing tradition, kept alive by artisans in these small villages. I mean, the whole process is the story. These peshtimals are made on these original traditional looms, the same kind of setups that have been passed down for generations. They're made by women in these villages who learn the skill from their mothers, who learn from their mothers. So when you actually hold one, you're not just holding a towel, you're holding a story that's been woven by hand. Yeah, that quote just nails it, doesn't it? It sounds poetic, but it's totally true. The texture, the tiny little imperfections that prove it's handmade, the traditional patterns, every single loop is a real connection to this incredibly deep history. So when you put all of this together, this incredible history, this authentic craftsmanship, and this amazing material, you don't just end up with a product. You get something that's, well, it's timeless. And I just love this way of thinking about it. The people who make these don't see themselves as just a company. They're more like curators or stage managers. They think their job is just to give this ancient fabric a stage so it can keep telling its stories to the world. And that's what this is all about. Ageless fashion. It's not about what's trendy this week and gone the next. It's about going back to a time when things were made to last, when quality really mattered,
And when taking care of what you owned, that was style. It's just this beautiful, sustainable idea in a world full of fast fashion.
So the whole story of the Peshtimal kind of makes you look at everything around you a little differently. It leaves us with one last thing to think about. The next time you pick up some simple, everyday object, just take a second. What kind of journey did it go on to get to you? What stories might be woven into the very things you own?